Hey everyone, how's it going? I know I said I'd be taking a break from War Thunder until the 6th of January, but I guess I couldn't stay away from this game for that long. So I decided that I would play one game, and if it was decent, I'd upload it, and if it wasn't, well, there's always next week after I get back from Florida. But this game turned out pretty well, so that's why you're seeing it. So, I'm at my altitude where I feel comfortable. At 10,000 feet, and that's basically about the minimum altitude I like to start a game of War Thunder at. And I've spotted what is probably an enemy contact off in the distance. And as I was watching it, I can hear something behind me and notice a 109 trying to sneak up behind me. So I split S to try and dodge his fire. And then as he comes down behind me, I roll over the top and begin a rolling scissors. Now I'm pretty confident in the La-5FN's ability to out-scissor a 109. And as you can see, I'm already behind him. Not that I've already won the scissors, but I'm in a much better position than he is. Although unfortunately, a second 109 decides to drop in the fight, and now I'm in a Messerschmitt sandwich. Things aren't going too well to start out this game. So I call for help, and what do you know? The teammates that show up, they go for the guy in front of me, not the guy behind me. Oh well. At least I can now focus on just one of them. And I'm going to do another rolling scissors to force this second 109 out in front of me once again. And he's on the very edge of a stall, and there he goes. One wing dropped out on him and left him in a very awkward position. He tries a very low speed rope-a-dope. Doesn't end up going too well. I don't hit him critically. Actually, yes I do. You can see he's smoking. I guess I hit his coolant of some sort. Looks like his radiator, perhaps. And you're about to see a somewhat suicidal teammate almost collides with me trying to get the 109 that I'm chasing. And now it's just a matter of picking this 109 apart. Get a hit on his right wing. A few more shots into him. And he goes into a dive that he's not going to pull out of. And there's kill number 1. So, now that I'm on the deck, pretty far into enemy territory, I decide to make my egress at low altitude back towards friendly airspace, and enter the battle again at a more comfortable altitude. Having regained a little altitude, I notice a contact above me at some distance. I'm not sure if it's a 109 or maybe a friendly yak, so I drop into what I hoped was his blind spot behind and below him. But as it turns out, he noticed me and started the fight by turning into me in a dive instead of trying to climb away and perhaps rope-a-dope me. I pull inside his turn and get a nice deflection shot on his right wing. And I forget for a second that the LA-5 doesn't like going fast in dives. So I redlined there for a second. I was a little bit afraid that I was going to break apart, and that would have been a bit embarrassing. But he's in a nice, easy left-hand turn. I'm able to line up a deflection shot on him and take him out. And now for the third and final engagement of the match. I was loitering over the enemy base, where I noticed both of them were on the airfield. One was in a 217E, and the other was in a 190 that just took off. And now the 190 is actually being engaged by friendly P-63A King Cobra. I decide to go down and lend some assistance. At the very least, I can draw some of the enemy's AAA fire from their base, so maybe the King Cobra will have a greater chance of surviving if he follows the 190 over the airfield. Now, I don't want to jump in between the 190 and the P-63, even though I am going a bit faster than the King Cobra is. I don't really like getting in between people in their kills, because I find it pretty annoying when it happens to me. So I decide to kind of watch and try and stay out of the way, while being as active as I can. Now, I roll over the top of the 190, and go to cut inside his turn, and I see that the P-63 has dealt with the enemy 217 on the runway, so that means I am free to engage this 190. It looks like he's trying to turn back and engage the P-63. Now, being that it's a 190, I'm easily able to cut inside of his turn, and pummel a few shots into his wing. Now this 190 pilot was no slouch, but he's low on airspeed and out of options. And that's the end of him. I don't know if this was a newly added feature, but I've noticed people's landing gears dropping when I shoot them down. That second 109 and this 190 both lowered their landing gear when I killed them, so I wonder if the hydraulic system for the landing gear is modeled and damageable now in 1.45. Because that would be pretty cool, actually. I know that happened in real life, where when you would shoot an enemy aircraft, sometimes you could hit the hydraulics and one or both of their landing gear would drop out. And you can see it in gun camera footage if you search it up. But if they added that and it's not actually a bug, I think that's pretty cool. So, 3 kills in the La-5FN. Not one of my favorite planes, although it has been growing on me a little bit recently. If you like to get up close and personal in a dogfight, this might be the aircraft for you. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and maybe I'll catch you next time. Until then, happy hunting.